Virgo, it's Marley from the Energy Boutique, bringing you your December energy forecast. So of course, coming out of November, we are just starting to get our bearings after that eclipse season kind of shook us up and pointed us in a different direction to pursue. We did a lot of shadow work, stepping out of that darkness, stepping into a brand new truth, a brand new light with Sag season. Of course, the fire energy from Sag season was supposed to reignite some passion, some sparks, some desires, some excitement in our life. And because you are in earth energy, it did kind of feel like a little bit of a struggle to actually get up and go again. Now, granted, we are starting to see the path kind of reveal itself before us on where it is that we're supposed to kind of put a brand new energy, focus, and attention on pursuing new passions and desires from here. And moving throughout the month of December, we should have some astro events that are going to provide us with a lot more clarity on where we need to focus our energy in manifesting new elements in our lives. So on December 3rd, we have Neptune, the ruler of dreams, of soul self, of intuition, of unconscious, going direct in Pisces energy. So it has been a little bit of a tough love life lesson over the past 5 months of having Neptune go retrograde. Of course, the universe slaps those rose-colored glasses off of our face and forces us to deal with life as it is and not for the way that we wished it would be. And this has definitely created a disconnect with our higher selves, with our dreams, with our ambitions, with our sense of clarity. And now that Neptune is going direct, especially illuminating this seventh house of partnerships and relationships that Neptune has been in for quite some time for you, I feel like you're going to have a totally different flow of energy, really washing over you, cleansing you, cutting the cord with some spiritual relationships that have fallen apart, that definitely have taught you some tough love life lessons in order to prepare you for new like-minded people to enter into your realm. The directness of Neptune means that you will be connecting with the right kinds of people moving forward, soul connections, if you will, that you will be aligning with your intuition once again, that you will be redefining what it is that you want to pursue from here, especially where new dreams and new visions are concerned. On December 6th, we have Mercury, your ruler, moving out of the Sag energy, moving into Capricorn energy. So because Capricorn energy is a sister earth sign to you, this is going to vibe very well. Having Mercury be in that Sag energy, of course, brought us out of the darkness and gave us some big ideas to explore. However, the energy was very unfocused, very scattered. We weren't able to complete a thought. We weren't able to express ourselves efficiently, and we weren't able to clearly define a path forward. Having Mercury move into Capricorn energy is definitely going to help us do all of those things. But because this is illuminating your fifth house, and again, reminder, all the Capricorn energy that we're going to be experiencing throughout the month of December is going to add a lot of illumination to your fifth house, which is your heart space, your heart chakra. It is where you got to get real and raw and vulnerable with your authentic self, where it is that the playful energy has to come back, where it is that love and romance and that childlike curiosity needs to come back in order to lead you into 2023. So Mercury moving into Capricorn, first of all, we are looking at a no bullshit conversation. We're looking to cut the crap away, really identify what it is that we've outgrown in order to lay the land for us in preparation for what it is that we want to manifest, what it is that we want to achieve as we move into 2023. The Capricorn energy has us focused on long-term goals, especially where money matters are concerned, relationships are concerned, and achieving new, I'm going to say, heights in our career is concerned. Because this is the fifth house, you really got to listen to that heart space. A lot of my Virgo friends, because Mercury is your ruler, rely too heavily on the intellect, on the logical, practical, let's make sense of everything from our current reality, and you don't really open the door to a lot of the magical possibilities that can take place when you are aligned with your heart space. On December 7th, we have the full moon taking place in Gemini energy at 16 degrees. So another factor for you here is that Mercury, your ruler and Gemini's ruler, will be the ruler of this full moon. This is a little bit of a flashback to May to June of this year when we had the new moon in Gemini pop off. We had a new path, a new direction, new choice point to actually decide upon. We had new information kind of present a brand new path and direction for us to pursue. And at this particular choice point, the full moon is going to illuminate how that's working out for us. Now, for you, this is in the 10th house, illuminating your career, illuminating your reputation, illuminating new karmic roles and responsibilities that you need to be moving into in order to provide a little bit more safety, security, stability, not only within your job and within your finances, but also within the home, within the family dynamics. The full moon in Gemini is very divided because it's represented by the twins, and it's at 16 degrees, which aligns us perfectly with Mars. Mars is the god of war, ruling over our physical energy, our drive, our passion, our desires, and even our anger. And this is going to set the stage at 16 degrees where they're coming together. This is going to set the stage for a very aggressive conversation, communication, and expression of self. We have a lot that we've been biting our tongue upon. We have a lot that we've been keeping to ourselves. And this particular energy is actually triggering us and activating us to get all of that energy out. If you're angry, get it out. If you're agitated, get it out, especially in the workplace. We have to kind of make a mess of things before we know how to clean it up. And this is clearing the air and cleaning the slate for us to kind of achieve new levels of respect, new levels of authority, new levels of income as we move into 2023. So on December 9th, we have Venus, the goddess of love and beauty and worth and pleasure and money, moving into Capricorn energy as well, adding to this 5th house, really getting down to the nitty gritty on what makes you happy, who makes you happy, the little things in life, where you find your enjoyment, where you find mission and purpose. Now, this Capricorn energy wants us to think long term about who we are aligning with, what we are pouring into, what we actually value, and where it is that we want to create something new for ourselves, especially in relationships and in our money matters. So this is also a little bit of a flashback to this time last year when Venus entered into Capricorn, because she went retrograde in Capricorn energy, and we started 2022 off with a little bit of a empowerment story. We got beat down, we got broke down, we had to analyze our values, we had to look at our own self-worth, we had to look at the people that we were sharing our time, energy, and space with, and we did a total overhaul. There's been some reorganization, some restructuring in our physical lives, and all of this comes down to what matters most. And of course, you can figure that out by listening not to your intellect, but to that 5th house, to that heart space. So on the 20th, we have Jupiter, the planet of growth, expansion, beliefs, and blessings, moving back into Aries energy. I want to take you back to May 10th, when Jupiter first entered into Aries energy. We started to push ourselves outside of our comfort zone. We were pushing the boundaries of who it is that we are, a reinvention of self. We were looking to create new opportunities for us to pursue, especially where I'm going to say new passions and new desires were concerned. Jupiter didn't last very long in a direct situation, of course, going retrograde, having to creep back through the very beginning degrees of this Aries energy, and actually ended up back in Pisces energy, giving us a little bit of a reflection period on what the end of 2020 and the entirety of 2021 kind of taught us as far as some spiritual life lessons go. Wasn't easy, wasn't fun, but of course we had Jupiter go direct in Pisces energy at the end of November with the new moon in Sag. Now that Jupiter is moving back into Aries, this will be illuminating your 8th house. Your 8th house is death, damage, destruction, in order for a renewal, a rebirthing, a true transformation to take place. Now, Jupiter entering into Aries once again is kind of a redo for us. So whatever didn't work out so well back in the spring could definitely work out in our favor now. We have a lot of spiritual life lessons under our belt, especially for the last 6 months. This This has essentially molded us and into somebody that we weren't back in the spring. We have a lot more wisdom, a lot more knowledge, a lot more of a belief system, a trust system within ourselves and within the cosmos now more than ever. And we're able to dive into this Aries energy once again and really reinvent ourselves, rebrand ourselves, and really create a lot of beautiful opportunities for us to grow, for us to experience new passions, new desires, and for us to take control back in our lives and actually lead the narrative of our storylines into the dream and the vision that we are now realizing is inspiring us to pursue new missions, new paths, new directions. Now, on the 21st, we have the sun moving out of Sag energy into Capricorn energy, illuminating and intensifying this fifth house, this heart space for you. This is also triggering the winter solstice, where we become a little bit more introverted, a little bit more disconnected from the people and environment out in the external realm, for us to get real with ourselves. Again, very much the fifth house, heart chakra, raw, vulnerable, authentic type of vibes. The Capricorn energy wants us to think long term and what it is that we want to manifest, what it is that we want to build, what our goals, what our dreams, what our ambitions are from here. And because this is a fifth house energy for you, this is about really stepping back, shutting that intellect down, and zooming in on what it is that your heart is asking you to pursue. On the 23rd, we have the new moon taking place in Capricorn at 1 degree, also in your fifth house. This is a great time to think long term about love, about romance, about hobbies, passions, what makes you happy, where it is in your life that you could be a little bit more curious, where it is that you could adopt a little bit more of a playful energy. Of course, the new moon being at 1 degree is our second new moon at a beginning degree, which means that we are setting the tone for the next 2-year cycle. This is definitely an opportunity for you to shut out the world, for you to get in alignment with your heart, with your soul, and really listen to what it is that you're being called to pursue from here. On the same day, the 23rd, we have Chiron, the wounded healer, going direct in Aries energy. This is also illuminating the 8th house. There has been the last 5.5 months of serious weighted life lessons, spiritual life lessons that have definitely exposed our wounds, but also shown us where it is that we can grow through whatever it is that we are going through. Yes, there's been some damage. Yes, there's been some destruction. Yes, there's been some deaths. But all of these elements need to be stripped away and removed in order to clear the space for you to build something new in its place. Chiron going direct is almost like we are re-emerging from the darkness as a new version of ourselves with a brand new truth, with a brand new perspective, with a brand new mission. We will definitely be seeing the pieces be snapped together throughout the month of December on what that path and direction actually looks like. The last thing that we have going on here in December is on the 29th. We have Mercury, your ruler, going retrograde in Capricorn energy in this fifth house. You best believe that this is not going to be fun for you. Mercury retrogrades never are. It's when the intellect gets shut down, when that beautiful brain of yours makes no sense, and you have to rely on your heart space, on your intuition in order to navigate the thoughts and feelings, the path, the directions coming up for you. Because this is in Capricorn energy, we are definitely thinking long term. We are going back. We are nostalgic. We have to take a good look at the pain of the trauma that we've endured that have left wounds on our heart space, that created the walls, the guard that you've created around that heart space that essentially was there and built in order to protect yourself, and now has become a little bit of a prison, keeping you in, stunting the playful energy, stunting the creativity, stunting the actual growth. So although this is a little bit nostalgic, a little bit reflective, we do have to kind of look back before we can gain insight on how it is that we're going to move forward. Yes, we are moving into 2023 under Mercury's retrograde, but looking back, really revising the ups and downs, the divine script of our spiritual lessons is going to unleash a new understanding, a new warmth, a new perspective in your heart space in order to position you on the path that we are about to pursue moving into 2023. That should be a little bit more heart and soul aligned for you. So some of the messages that the universal guides would like to bring to your attention for you to focus on as you move throughout the month is about your relationships. Of course, we have Neptune going direct in your 7th house of relationships. We also have the number 6 presenting, which Virgo naturally rules over, which is a reorganization, a restructuring, if you will, of your perspective, of your understanding of your day-to-day life, and mostly of the people that you are choosing to enter into 2023 with. There is a want, need, and desire to balance the scales of the energy exchange in your relationships. And now that we are moving forward with some of the wounds having been healed, we are definitely standing in a different essence, a different spiritual power. Now, they're also bringing to my attention that many of my Virgo friends are bored once again, very dissatisfied, very discontent with life. And a lot of that is because back in the spring, many of my Virgo friends made life changes and life decisions that were intellectually and financially based instead of listening to their intuition and to their heart space. Now you're being presented with an opportunity in order to discern and decide whether or not you're going to continue to pour into a path, a purpose that isn't fulfilling, but is a little bit more safe and stable financially and in your, I'm going to say, reputation, than to throw caution to the wind and actually align with something that excites you, something that brings you meaning and purpose. That, of course, is the 5th house heart activation triggered. I do feel that many of my Virgo friends have to take a little bit of a journey in the past in order to get a grounded footing on where it is that you're currently at, in order to figure out what it is that you actually want to manifest from here. Again, a lot of the answers that we're looking for in a futuristic sense can be found in our past experiences. The last message that they're bringing to my attention, which is kind of fitting, is the number 5. And of course, you have a lot of heart activations taking place this month as that 5th house is on lock for you, with all this Capricorn energy being built up in this 5th house. So yes, you might have to take a very logical, practical, rigid type of approach to how it is that you got hurt, how it is that you accumulated some of the heart space wounds that you have been carrying very, very close to your heart in each and every single present experience. But the goal here is to let that baggage sit in the past, sit in this, I'm going to say 2022 year, and free yourself up, lighten yourself up in order to enter into 2023. I know with the holiday season, everybody gets a little bit consumed with the, I'm going to say, outside world, but it would be very recommended and very advantageous for you to shut out the outside world, especially around that new moon in Capricorn, and really get in touch with your heart space. What makes you excited? What makes you happy? What brings new meaning and purpose to your life? That is the path that you need to set out for yourself. That is the path that you need to pursue. So Virgo, that's all that I have for you for the month of December. I hope you have a beautiful month, a happy holiday in whichever way you choose to celebrate it. And I hope that you give yourself the time and the space needed in order to really let go of the past and prepare yourself for a new adventure, new connections, new opportunities as you move into 2023. I'm sending you nothing but love, and we'll talk to you soon.